Hello, my name is Jeremy and I want to welcome you to our presentation. Now, something is occurring around the world that has never occurred before. What I'm going to share is nothing short of a phenomenon. And the definition of a phenomenon is the following: an unusual, significant, and remarkable occurrence. But what you're going to discover in the next few minutes is not only a remarkable occurrence, but a truly monumental one. Why? Because it's something that has never happened before. The converging of two massive industries that has created a third industry, which is now the world's fastest growing. So let's start with the two massive industries that are converging. The first one is the mobile phone industry, and the second one is the advertising industry. So let's talk about the massive mobile phone industry first. But I want to put everything into a global context to give you a global perspective of how mobile phones compare to everything else in our lives. So, we are 7 billion people on the planet, and here's what we call ours. We have 1 billion cars registered and in use, 1.1 billion fixed landline phones, 1.2 billion personal computers including desktops, laptops, and tablets, 1.6 billion television sets, 1.7 billion credit card users, 2.1 billion internet users, 2.2 billion people with bank accounts, and most people are somewhat surprised to hear that there's still 3.9 billion radio receivers in use around the world. Mobile phones literally dwarfs them all. There are currently 6.58 billion active subscribers, equivalent to 94% of the population. That is 5.5 times more mobile phones than computers, 4 times more mobile phones than all televisions worldwide, 4 times more mobile phones than people with credit cards. Mobile is so massive, it is absolutely so massive that it passed $1 trillion a year back in 2010 and is now approaching $2 trillion a year. Okay, so now let's move on to the second industry, which is another monster, the advertising industry. Now, advertising started out in the old days on the radio. Then it shifted to TV for years and all the eyes were glued to the tube. Then it exploded onto the internet and all the eyes followed. First on desktops, then laptops, and now on mobile phones. Today, the majority of us spend most of our time using mobile phones for the internet right in the palm of our hands. So, the $1.7 trillion advertising industry is rocketing directly towards the nearly $2 trillion mobile phone industry. Why? The simple answer: because the average person looks at their mobile phone 150 times a day. That's where all the eyes are today. So these two colossal industries are on a head-on collision course, and nothing is going to stop this from happening. But the collision created a third industry that is now the world's fastest growing, the mobile app industry. Now, mobile apps are the key, the bridge, and the gateway that connects these two giants, the mobile phone and the advertising industries. So mobile apps, although a tiny industry by comparison, only 30 billion, but that's really incredible because it's just a baby. Now, mobile apps only began in 2010 when Apple started the craze by introducing iPhone apps, but that was only the beginning of the explosion. So we measure the growth of the app industry not by subscribers, but by downloads. Now, in 2010, even Apple was shocked when 10 billion apps were downloaded in the first year, and 2 years later, in 2012, 30 billion apps were downloaded. And some experts were wondering if it had actually peaked. But it had not. Last year, in 2013, it reached 73 billion downloads, and this year, it will reach over 119 billion downloads for the year. And in about 18 months, or 2016, are you ready for this? Almost 300 billion apps will be downloaded. That's 800 million apps per day, or more than 500,000 apps per second. So, it's going to grow from 10 billion downloads 4 years ago to 300 billion downloads in just the next year and a half. That's 30 times growth. It's absolutely insane. Just massive. Folks, you don't have to be a CEO to understand those numbers. So where do you and I fit in this grand design? Well, let's start off by asking you a couple of simple questions. Would you say it's fair to say that any and all businesses would like to generate more sales from their existing customers and acquire new customers in order to generate more revenue? Well, of course they would. More sales equals more profit, right? The question becomes, how do these business owners generate more sales and get new customers? Well, they simply just need to advertise more, plain and simple. But the challenge is this: the majority of businesses simply can't afford to advertise more. It's just not in their budget. Okay. So we've pretty much defined the desires and the challenges for the majority of business owners in today's global economy. They want to generate more sales from their existing customers, they want to acquire new customers, and they basically cannot afford to advertise more. All right, so let's move on to the next part of the storyline. Do you believe that the majority of consumers around the world are interested in saving as much money as they possibly can? Well, the answer to that is an obvious yes. And how do we know this to be true? Well, let's take a look at the exploding coupon savings programs that have popped up over the last several years and happen to be helping lots of people save lots and lots of their hard-earned money. Companies like Living Social, 30 million users, Groupon, 50 million users, Foursquare, 50 million users, and RetailMeNot, 46 million users. So, a quick and final recap. All businesses want to do more sales with their existing customers. They want new customers. They basically cannot afford to advertise more. And the bottom line is people love saving money, period. Okay, remember, we know that the eyeballs around the world today are looking at their mobile phones 150 times a day, right? Okay, get ready, because I'm going to tie this all together for you right now. Now, we are BizBiz.Mobi, and over the last 2 years, we've developed the first advertising, communication, and proximity mobile app of its kind anywhere in the world. Welcome to YouBiz, the mobile app that provides solutions for consumers in those small, medium, and larger businesses that are owned by our family and friends, and that happen to represent 90% of the global economy. YouBiz becomes the gateway for 90% of commerce worldwide and will grow virally with tens of millions of free members worldwide. How is this possible, you say? Because it does three great things just to start. Number one, it helps people save money like those other apps we just mentioned, Foursquare, Groupon, Living Social, and RetailMeNot. But what makes YouBiz really unique are the next two features. It empowers your favorite merchants to communicate with you wherever you are in the world. And using the highly sophisticated geo-targeting proximity technology, it creates brand new customers for the merchants by connecting them with all the free members traveling in their area. Just simply amazing. Let's give you an example right now. Here's what happens when anyone that has the YouBiz app travels within a 10-kilometer or 6.2 miles radius of the merchant. They will get pinged with discounts, special offers or promos, photos, or whatever the merchant is advertising at the moment. In this example, this allows the merchant to target a whole new group of customers in their area. No one else offers that functionality. Take a look. Boston's Pizza is running a 2-for-1 special from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. today only. So they push out the ad on their YouBiz app, advertising platform. It goes to the people walking in a 6.2 mile radius, as you see here in the picture, and they get pinged on their YouBiz app, and now everybody's enjoying pizza from Boston's Pizza for the 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. 2-for-1 special. So the merchant's happy because they got brand new customers, and the customer and consumer is happy because they're getting to enjoy pizza for 2-for-1. It's really amazing. Okay, so we just wanted to show you the main features that YouBiz offers for the consumer and the merchants, but we just wanted to really highlight the simplicity and the power of the top three for you. Okay, but let's talk about some of the other features real quickly. Now, it's a free download for members. Members are connected to other members using GPS and proximity technology. All members have access to discounts, benefits, and events near them in real time. It allows them to share information, make recommendations, and invite their friends to share the collective experience live. Now, for the merchants, it's permanent visibility. Your promotions are visible to all members at all times. We covered this, but proximity and geographical coverage is very important because it allows you to contact all the members in your local area as well as connect you with worldwide members whenever you are personally recommended. They can advertise in real time. YouBiz instantly publishes advertising campaigns with your specials, discounts, and promotions. Optimization scheduling. YouBiz uniquely schedules your campaigns on an hourly, daily, or weekly basis. The contact feature is awesome because you can communicate with an unlimited number of your existing customers wherever they are in the world. Get their attention without the hurdles of spam filters or promotional folders that email campaigns have had to contend with. This is huge because when Gmail introduced the promotions folders, nobody even looks at the promotions anymore, so customers are now not getting the advertising messages from the merchants. This literally guarantees 100% delivery rate right to the phone, which is where all the eyeballs are today. Very powerful. Targeted marketing. okay? And also immediate results. Members will receive your unique ads, resulting in attracting an entirely new local market, okay? So what does this state-of-the-art application cost a merchant who would otherwise need to have a six-figure advertising budget? $30, not per day, not per week, and not even per month. $30 per year, as in 8 cents a day, which happens to make YouBiz the most cost-effective form of advertising in the history of the $1.7 trillion advertising industry, again, for only 8 pennies a day. Folks, when you have a service that millions and millions of people worldwide will demand and use every day, then you have positioned yourself in the right place at the right time to take advantage of that trillion-dollar shift of wealth. Don't miss out on this next huge paradigm, the blending of these mega industries: mobile phones, advertising, and mobile apps. Now, I believe it's important for you to understand that we are at the absolute beginning stage of something very special here, which leads us to a very critical point for you: timing and positioning. Timing and positioning has played a major part in many successful people's lives, including the lives of many millionaires and even billionaires. Hopefully you recognize this is a huge play, as we are in our pre-launch phase, which is the timeline before we officially go live and launch BizBiz.Mobi into 123 countries around the world in December of 2014. Yes, that's into 123 countries. And the best part is, you have the rare and unique opportunity to be one of the first members to join and secure your financial position in the BizBiz.Mobi corporate structure. Now, I encourage you to get back with the person who invited you to this webinar presentation and find out how simple it is to literally lock down your position right now. Discover the lucrative compensation plan available through our dual team structure, the mega matching bonuses, the Super Center bonus, and our global revenue sharing bonus pools. We're talking about 7 generous ways to earn income here, friends. It's simply the best available anywhere in the market today. And last, get your BizBiz.Mobi business off to a fast start by going to www.mobiappglobal.com. Now, I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this presentation, and we look forward to helping you take your business all around the world. Welcome to our amazing team of global entrepreneurs. BizBiz.Mobi, we're global, we're mobile, and we are going viral.